A lot of people nowadays are really, really impatient. And the reason I think is we're so used to the power of our phones, of our computers, that we think everything should be happening quickly and instantly. If we have to wait 5 seconds to get a piece of information on the internet, we're going, oh my God, it's taking so long. It's taking so long to download. Whereas 20, 30 years ago, you would have had to go to the library. You would have had to spend an hour to do it. You learned how to develop patience to find things. But people are so impatient because everything is so quick and easy and powerful right now. So you want to be able to slow things down. You want to have the ability to say, if it's going to take me an hour to learn this, if I have to spend time practicing something that's tedious, I'm okay with it. I like the slowness. I actually embrace the pain that's involved. So learning anything, developing any skill involves pain.
You're working hard. You're trying. So why aren't you seeing results? Because effort without tracking is just noise. The evidence log is the advanced habit tracker that turns your daily actions into visible and deniable progress. Week by week, month by month. Stop working blind. Links in the description. Track it, prove it, become it.
I often say run your race. Run your race. Stop losing money over everybody else's gifts, what opportunities happen for them first before you, what seems to be bigger and better, what's a bigger check. Run your race. Go to sleep at night and just know that God really does love you and He's doing everything for you that He has in mind for you. God will never give you something that belongs to somebody else.
The arrival fallacy is the idea that when you get your goal, then everything's going to be great. It won't. Life has to be lived, as Dante said, nel mezzo, in the middle. Life has to be lived in the middle. That's what all of life is lived in, is the middle. This is the middle. It will always be the middle. We understand that? It'll always feel like the middle. No matter what we achieve, life is always going to feel like the middle. Because the middle is the present. The middle is the present. And so when we're constantly deferring joy to a time when we achieve a goal, we have to tell ourselves, stop deferring joy. This is the thing. This right now, the in the middle part, that's the thing. That's the living. And I believe that if we live like that, more opportunities are going to come to us. More of everything is going to come to us because we're not deferring joy. And if we don't defer joy, we live our best lives now. And if we live our best lives now, people start to pay attention to us. If we stop waiting to get in shape before we start acting differently or having joy. If we stop waiting until we've made a certain amount of money before we decide that we can feel confident walking into a room. If we say that my life is enough, this is happy enough. If my life is enough now, then I start to bring a different intensity to my life now. And the people that do stand out.
Sometimes God delays things because you're not ready for what you keep asking for yet. And I know that's hard to accept when you're sitting there praying for something every day. Praying for a relationship, for opportunity, for life to finally start feeling different. Because from your perspective, the waiting feels confusing, but what if God sees parts of your future that you're emotionally unprepared for right now? What if the delay is actually protection? I think people forget that timing changes everything. The wrong season can ruin the right relationship. The wrong mindset can ruin the blessing that you prayed for. And the wrong version of yourself can mishandle the life that God is trying to lead you into. So sometimes God waits. Not because He's ignoring you and not because He forgot about you, but because He's still shaping you into somebody that's capable of carrying the things that you keep asking for. And honestly, some of the things that you cried over not receiving immediately will make sense one day when you finally look back. Because God's timing usually feels frustrating in the moment, until eventually you realize that it saved you from becoming who you would have been if it happened too early.
I once asked Warren Buffett, why don't more people copy your investment strategy? It's not that difficult to understand in principle. And he said, oh, Jeff, that's easy. My approach is a get-rich-slowly scheme. Yeah. People don't like those. And so, but there's a lot of truth in that for everything, which is if you can think in terms of 7 years instead of 3 years, right, and you can defer gratification and think long-term, that will give you a head start against all of your competitors, because most people can't do that. And then the last thing that translates to Blue Origin really well is what we call taking professional pride in operational excellence. And so I'm talking about the details that nobody but you will ever know.
The foolish man seeks happiness in the distance. The wise grows it under their feet. I think that's the power of gratitude, right? You're not wishing for a future that you haven't earned yet, right? You haven't earned a month from now yet. You haven't earned a year from now yet. So how can we be grateful for all that's transpiring and manifesting right now in the moment and not looking forward to happiness in the distance, right? I'll be happy when I get this.
Life gets better, you attract more people and opportunities when you simply just stop being in a hurry. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a rush and you suddenly get needy energy, everything that you want starts to repel you? Something could be going great, suddenly it stalls. The most successful people and the wealthiest, they walk the slowest. They can sometimes make decisions quickly, but it's so rare that they just seem to never be in a rush. The people that are in a rush always need something because they are lacking something. That's why if you start living in a state of abundance, even before you have it, everything starts flowing to you in its perfect ordained time.
The devil works in mysterious ways because if he can't make you sin, he'll make you rush and he'll make you busy. And the reason for that is because rushing feels like you're moving quicker. It's the illusion of speed. You brush your teeth with tension in your shoulders and your elbows as if you didn't used to pray for this type of routine, this type of health, this type of slowness. You're rushing to the next version of you when you just got to this version of you and you used to pray for this version of you. This is how the devil works, because when you're rushing, you can't think of the blessings. You can't reflect. You can't feel present because rushing in its nature makes you think that the next place is better than this place. Otherwise, why would you be moving quickly? If you knew that what was behind that next door wasn't so great, then you would slow down. And that is the work of the devil. He's trying to make you think that everything other than the present moment is better than the present moment. But that's where the trap actually lays, because the past doesn't exist and the future doesn't exist. The present moment is the only thing that literally exists. And so when you rush, when you want to be somewhere else in space and time, you are literally killing time. You are literally killing yourself and you are dead to this moment in time because you're not here to witness it. So when you're rushing to the next version of you, when you're rushing to the next part of your day, you're not around to experience the current moment, which is the only thing that exists. And that is the work of the devil.
Trust the timing and the purpose of closed doors. The universe has the power to open doors that seem firmly closed. No situation is too difficult for us. Yet sometimes what happens is we allow matters to remain out of reach, don't feel like we deserve, don't feel like we can get. Why would a higher force keep certain paths blocked or make us feel like we can't achieve these things or be at these places? Maybe it's for our protection, keeping us from something into something maybe that doesn't serve us, or perhaps is a redirection guiding us towards a path that offers better opportunities, deeper satisfaction, and fulfillment beyond our current vision. Sometimes it's about testing our resilience. Closed doors give us the chance to reflect on what we truly believe we value, and at times it's about perseverance and innovation to build endurance and strength within us to know that, hey, if this door does open, are we ready for it? It can also be about timing. Maybe everything has to align right. Maybe the full potential of ourselves has to unfold for us to be able to go through that door. Or perhaps we're meant to learn a lesson through what it is that we're trying to do to accomplish to get to that next step. But we really have to align and be ready to appreciate what's next. So when you encounter closed doors, don't be discouraged. Trust that when the time is right, new paths will open for you, and often leading to something greater than you've ever imagined.
One thing that I had to realize with God, and one thing that God had to show me recently, is that you may not realize what God is doing right now in your life. You may not understand everything that God is doing right now, but understand that God is doing everything in your life that He's doing right now for a reason. God has a purpose for everything. God is extremely intentional. And the reason why I'm saying this is because not only has He done this for my life, but He's done this for so many people. Where I didn't know what was next, I didn't understand everything that God was putting me through right now. And I would always wonder and question God's process about, when am I finally going to receive the things I've been begging for, I've been asking for, I've been working for? Or when are things finally going to change? When are things finally going to get better for my life? Not understanding that God was putting me through these things to build me. I was being put through these things to strengthen me. to become that better version of myself that I was forever asking God for. Though I didn't understand it in the moment, though I didn't realize what God was doing, God was working in my life in so many ways. So please understand that in this season that you may be going through, in a season where you don't know what's next, in this season where you feel lost, remember that God has not forgotten about you. God has never forsaken you, but God is working in your life in ways that you may not understand. So remain faithful and trust in God.
I know this is a struggle for new traders. I was there. There is always going to be another opportunity. Don't chase price. It will save you so much money. Just by me saying this to you, let price come into your key zones and let it come to you, right? If you can eliminate FOMO and if you can eliminate tilt trading and you can eliminate all these emotional factors from trading and become a robot in a way, you are good. You can make money doing this.
You've got to trust the timing in your life. Everything that happens to you is meticulously planned and has great significance. You need to regain your faith in the fact that there is a greater plan at hand always. This does not mean that your life will be free of pain or trial. It simply means that what you go through will also leave with something greater than when you started. Look for what you should take and let go of what it takes from you.
You're not behind. You exactly where God wants you to be. You exactly where you're supposed to be, whether it's a good spot or a bad spot. Everything happens for a reason and God don't make mistakes. Be patient, bro. Everything that you talk about, that you talk to God about, that you talk to yourself about, it's on the way. Just trust the process, bro. Stop being so hard on yourself and beating yourself up and mad that you ain't where you want to be. It's the journey that makes everything fun. I started this whole dream of social media when I was 12 years old. People don't understand that it's been 10 years. I didn't just blow up overnight and pop up on your page and started to work. Nah, it's been a whole lot of failure. You got to go through the struggles, man. But it's the journey that makes it all worth it. Don't rush the process and try to get to the finish line so fast, man. It's the journey that's going to be the most important. It's the journey that makes the reward so rewarding. When you get there, you can really look back like, damn, I really went through all of that.
I want you to really hear me when I tell you this. You've got to trust the timing of your life. If you find yourself trying to figure out what's next or you're bouncing ideas around with your friends, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you're wasting your energy and your time, because you'll notice that when you do it, it's coming from a place of desperation and mistrust, right? You think that you're going to be left behind. You think that people are never going to acknowledge the work that you do, but they will. It's just a matter of time. So let's just imagine that right now you're 41 years old or you're 28. We're just going to play with those numbers. What if it's written in the stars that you're only going to hit big at the age of 47? And you're 41 right now, and that there's nothing you can do about that? Most of what you're talking about is a waste of time because it's going to happen when it's meant to happen. So all you have control over is working on yourself every single day. Take care of your side of the street. Keep preparing yourself for what's coming, because you can't control when it's going to happen. All you can control is who you're going to be when it does happen. So trust the timing of your life and pay attention to your energy when you're talking about things, when you're brainstorming, when you're bouncing ideas around with your friends. Is it coming from a place of trust, or is it coming from a place of panic and anxiety?
There's no such thing as being behind in life. You are where you are. And if you were supposed to be somewhere else, you would be there. There are no mistakes in this world. You literally cannot be behind. You can't. And when you truly understand that everything is unfolding perfectly, you realize what is meant for you will never pass you by. So it is impossible to be behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. The only thing you need to focus on is continue to take action and just keep going.
You're not behind in God's timeline. Everyone your age seems further along, married, settled, established, and you feel like something's missing. And sure, that feeling is real, but it's built on comparison. You're measuring your life against theirs, and God never used theirs to measure yours. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and not delay. Habakkuk 2:3. It will not delay, period. Our God's version of late, his exact right time. Think about the people in the scripture. Abraham was old when the promise came. Joseph sat in prison before the palace. None of them were behind. They were on God's schedule, even when it looked late to everyone. Here's something you can actually do. You already know the account you keep searching, keep comparing. One that makes you feel behind every time you open it. You can stop looking at it. That is allowed. You know that, right? You're not required to watch someone else's highlight, especially when God is writing your real story. Protect your eyes from the comparison, and your life stops looking late. It starts looking like yours, which was always the only one on time.
You're not behind, you're just comparing. You don't feel behind, you feel compared. There's a difference. Your timeline only feels slow. Your timeline only feels slow when you're measuring it with someone else's. But what you don't see is the context behind their lives, their resources, their timing, their priorities. You're comparing your internal experiences to someone else's external highlight, and that will always make you feel like you're losing. But you're not behind. You're just not meant to follow someone else's timeline.